So, today's class is called How to Righteously Raise Children, hashtag Light Up Party. Hashtag Light Up Party. Got that from officers of theirs. Hashtag Light Up Party. All right, so let's start with the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 10.
The book of Psalms, chapter
Sisters,
1.
brothers, take notes. If you got kids, if you want kids, we're going to give the instruction on how to raise them through the Spirit of Most High Christ. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
With my whole heart have I sought thee.
119, verse 10?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
With my whole heart have I sought thee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments.
So, what we already did?
With my whole heart have I sought thee. Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments.
Hold on. Through thy precepts, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I want. Through thy precepts I get understanding. 104.
Psalms, chapter 119, verse 104.
Mm-hmm.
Through thy precepts I get understanding.
Brothers, what is a precept? Who said it? Stand up, brother. What is a precept?
A law.
Right. God's commandments, His laws, right? So read it again.
Psalms, chapter 119, verse 104.
Mm-hmm.
Through thy precepts I get understanding.
So David's saying through God's laws, he gets understanding. Understanding on how to do what? On how to live life. On how to please God. You get understanding by learning His laws. God say, don't commit adultery. The understanding is if I want to please God, I ain't supposed to be committing adultery. Hey, don't break my Sabbath. The understanding is, hey, if I want to please God, if I want to please my Creator, I can't break the Sabbath. Read it again.
Through thy precepts I get understanding.
So in order to get the understanding of this Bible, you have to learn God's laws. In order to get the understanding how to treat your brother, how to treat your sister, how to raise your kids, you have to learn God's laws. Get Deuteronomy 29:29. Gotta learn God's laws. That's why they say the milk. Gotta learn that milk. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
The secret things belong unto the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belong unto us.
Brothers, who is this talking? James, sorry, Brother James. Who is this talking? Yeah. Go ahead, James. Who's this talking? Deuteronomy 29. Who's talking? Moses, right? So Moses says, but those things which are revealed belong unto us. What was revealed unto us, brothers? Judah. Where's the mic? We need a mic. We need a mic right now. What was revealed unto us?
How to apply the laws of God.
Right, how to keep God's laws. His laws were revealed unto us. Read on.
And to our children.
So he said it was revealed unto us and our children. Read on.
Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
Read.
That we may do all the words of this law.
So let me ask y'all something. Can a baby read? So how was the laws revealed unto him? Stand up and say that.
Their parents.
Their parents. So in order for a baby to learn God's laws, who's supposed to teach them? Their parents. Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 29. The secret things belong unto the Lord our God.
Read on.
But those things which are revealed.
But those things which are revealed, hold that, get Deuteronomy 4 and 5. We're going to read what was revealed. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5.
Come on.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
I have revealed to you statutes and judgments. Read.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me,
Read.
that ye should do. So in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Read.
Keep therefore and do them.
Keep therefore what I revealed to you and do them. Read.
For this is your wisdom.
This is your what?
Your wisdom.
And read.
And your understanding. In the sight of the nations.
So all the nations would see us and say, man, what are they going to say? Read on.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Brothers, I want a brother to stand up and explain to me why the nations will say that. Get up, brother Mike, soldier, right behind you. Why would the nations call us wise and understanding?
Psalms 111, verse 10.
Right. Absolutely. Why though? Why?
Because we're following God's law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
We have power.
Absolutely. And these other nations don't got these laws. These other nations don't got order. We the only nation on the earth that God told to be in order. We're the only nation. Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 6. Keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom.
This is your wisdom.
And your understanding.
And your understanding. Through thy precepts I get understanding. Right? Get Psalm 78 verse 1. This is our wisdom. So bringing it back to how to righteously raise children. If we raise them with wisdom and understanding, no longer will the other nations look at us and say, dang, these niggas are crazy. They no good. No fathers in the home. Mama can't take, you know what I'm saying? Mama can't control her daughter. The nations, because that's what they're saying right now. Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 1.
Come on.
Give ear, O my people, to my law.
Uh-oh, there it is again. Give ear to God's laws. Read on.
Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable.
I will reveal the secret things to you. Read on.
I will utter dark sayings of old, which we have heard and known, and our fathers have
what?
told.
Hold on, you gotta read that slow. And our what?
And our fathers.
Our what?
Fathers. Have told us.
Brothers, it's always been, we learned from our fathers and mothers. It's always been like that. The nation of Israel has always learned from fathers and mothers. Read on.
We will not hide them from their children.
What does God say?
We will not hide them from their children.
God says don't hide these laws from your kids. Don't hide them. Read on.
Showing to the generation.
Showing to the generation.
To come. The praises of the Lord.
And we're supposed to be letting our kids know how good God is. Right. We're supposed to let our kids know how he delivered us out of Egypt. How even though they killed us, check. Even though they killed us by the millions, we still here. We should be wiped off the earth. We should be letting our kids know that God said that as long as the moon and the stars in the sky, as long as those ordinances are still here, y'all gonna still be here. We should be letting our kids know that. Because that's a glorious thing. Read on.
And his strength.
Read on.
And his wonderful works.
And his wonderful works. Read.
That he have done.
So we should be letting our kids know that thing. We should be letting our kids know, hey, the Most High is fighting for you, so you got to fight for him. Read on.
For he established a testimony in Jacob, and appointed a law in Israel,
read on,
which he have commanded our fathers.
Oh, they go again. Which he commanded our fathers, read.
That they should make them known to their children.
That's a commandment. It's your job to teach your kids. It ain't Esau's job to teach our kids. Right. It ain't. It ain't the TV. Who's seen I gotta bring it up. Who's seen Get Out in here, man? Who's seen the movie Get Out? Do y'all know when he went into the sucking place, right? What was he looking up at? A TV. That's what it's meant to do. It's meant to cast that spell on you. You in the sucking place. Because a lot of time we put our kids in front of that TV and let the TV teach them.
Right.
Let the TV train them. And then wondering why they walk around calling themselves busted babies. Walk around calling themselves real niggas. I'm a real nigga. And be wondering why it's like that. That's because we ain't doing our job. We ain't doing what God told us to do. Read on.
Verse 6.
Uh-huh.
That the generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born.
Even the children which should be born that ain't even born yet. Even our children that's not even born yet is supposed to know these laws. Do y'all understand that this generation will pass? If Christ don't come back, we will die. Who's going to replace us? Our kids. So that means we got to be bringing them up in the laws as we speak. Because eventually we ain't going to be here no more. Look, we're going to get into that. Get Hebrews 5 and 12. Get Hebrews 5 and 12. We're going to get into that too. How to righteously raise children. Hashtag light up party. Go ahead, read that.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 5 and verse 12. For the time ye ought to be teachers.
Come on.
Ye have need that one teach you again.
Let me bring this out. Just because you got kids, that don't mean that you can teach. Just because you gave birth to kids, that don't mean you wise enough to teach. Read it again.
For the time ye ought to be teachers.
When the time you think you can teach somebody, come on.
Ye have need that one teach you again.
Got to be retaught. You have to be retaught. That's a must. That's the first principle. You got to learn that, hey, in the world, I was taught to, what's the word when you side with your kids? I was taught to side with my kids. I was taught to give them their whatever you want to do, baby. Whatever you want to do. I know you got an F on your report card, but here's $200. That's what we was taught. We was taught to love our kids no matter what they do. That's what we was taught. Embrace them. Huh? Pamper them no matter what they do. God says, tear their ass up. That's what God said. So I'm going to do what God said. Read on.
Which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
First principles, John 3 and 3. We're going to get there. John 3 and 3. God says that's the first principle. We must learn that we must realize and accept the fact that we must be re-taught again. For those who have kids and those who want kids in the future. So this is for everybody. Why? Because even if you don't have kids, guess what? Titus 2 say the aged woman is supposed to teach the women. Sirach 4 says that we're supposed to be fathers to the fatherless. So guess what? Each and every one of y'all is supposed to be a mother and a father. Whether you have kids or not. Each and every one of us in here is supposed to be a mother and a father to somebody. Read.
John chapter 3 verse 3.
Come on.
Jesus answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again.
Except a man be born again. What does it mean to be born again, brothers? What was it? Zacchaeus? Zacchaeus. Oh, praise. I'm forgetting that thing. What does it mean to be born again, bro? Speaking of Mike.
It means to subdue your own understanding.
And what else?
Transform.
Right. Transform your mind.
Right.
Transform your mind. You got it right. Transform your mind. That was mean to be born again. Read on.
He cannot see the kingdom of God.
So how can one be born again? What's the precept? Jackinson? Obadiah. Which one is Jackinson? Oh, praise the Lord. My bad. I'm sorry. Obadiah. How do we be born again?
Keeping the laws.
Absolutely. What's the scripture?
John 5 verse 3.
John 5, 1 John 5 and 3?
Yes.
No. Give me another one. Hold on. Give me another one, Obadiah. Give me another one. I mean, 1 John 5 and 3 is a good one. It says, if you love God, keep my commandments. But I want one that specifically says, if you want to change, you got to do this. Brother right there in the back. Behind you, Padgio. Right there. What's your name, brother?
Malachi.
Malakia.
Psalm 19 verse 7.
Absolutely. Psalms 19 and 7. But the one I want is 1 Peter's 1:22. Yeah, you know I like that one. 1 Peter's 1:22. Here's the precept. 1 Peter's 1:22.
1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 22.
Remember, Christ said in John chapter 3, you must be what, brothers? Sisters, we must be what? Born again. Read.
Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth through the Spirit unto unfeigned love of the brethren.
Read.
See that ye love one another with a pure heart fervently, being born again,
Being born again.
not of corruptible seed,
Read.
but of incorruptible,
Read.
by the word of God.
By the what?
By the word of God.
So the only way we can be born again by incorruptible seed is by the word of God. That's the only way. That's the only way we can be born again and make it to the kingdom. So we got to hit on all aspects of the Israelite family. Last week we hit on how to deal with your neighbor. We hit on how to deal with each other, brotherly love, sisterly love. Now we're going to hit on how to deal with your kids. Because it starts with us. It starts with us. And then it goes down to them. Right? It's an order. Man, woman, child. All right? So let's get into it. Let's get Genesis 8:21. We're going to burst a few bubbles today. Let's get Genesis 8:21. I want to read this first. Because some people in here don't realize their kids is the damn devil.
Check it out.
Some people just don't realize that. And it's crazy. They don't want to admit it. Your kid is the devil, sister. Brother, your kid is the devil. Read that.
Genesis chapter 8 verse 21.
Read.
And the Lord smelled a sweet savor. And the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground anymore for man's sake.
But for man's, so what's the subject matter? Man's. Talk about us. Read.
For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth.
Is what?
Is evil from his youth.
God says the kids are evil. Did I say that? Did we write that? God says kids' thoughts are evil. I'm going to prove that. And I asked the soldier, I asked the brothers outside. I need a brother to stand up. Who got kids in here? Who got kids that want to stand up? Eliab, stand up. Man, actually, get that brother a mic, please. We're going to see. We're going to prove today that these kids are evil. God said it. God said it. You got kids, right?
Yes, sir.
You ever taught your son to lie to you?
Yes, sir.
You taught him to lie to you?
No.
I'm about to say, brother, you're the evil one, brother.
No, sir.
You ever taught your son to lie to you?
No,
You
sir.
ever taught your daughter to lie to you?
No, sir.
So why the first thing they learn how to do is lie?
Yes, it
Did you just do that? No. I just saw you. I just saw you do that. I just saw you right on the wall.
Nope.
I didn't do that. God says they're evil from the youth. Right?
That's right.
That's what God said. Hold that. Let's get Proverbs 22:15. We're gonna prove it again. Proverbs 22:15.
Proverbs.
For all you brothers and sisters out there that's in denial that your kids are angels and just pleasant. So pleasant. How dare you talk about my son? He's pleasant. Hey, you know it's crazy. It be the mothers on the news when their kid just got caught with a triple homicide.
Yeah.
He's always been to church.
Absolutely.
He's never done that. Sister, your son just killed 50 people. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 22 verse 15.
Read. What does
Foolishness.
God say?
Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child.
Hold that. Who can explain that? Hold on. I'm gonna do like Bishop Canadu. What are single sisters at? Who can explain that? I need a single sister to stand up and explain that, please. Nobody? Come on, sisters. Nobody? They know how to explain it. What's up, Judah? Let me know.
It's basically saying it's engraved in them from birth.
Right, it's in them. Foolishness. That's why you ever. And I'm gonna use my daughter that example. Cause Doctor, he played his hair. I'm gonna use my daughter that example. Sometimes she just do stuff. Be like, what the? Where you learned that from? Then I gotta realize Scripture say foolishness is abound in the heart of the child. It's there. The foolishness is there. But that's why we know the first part, but here comes the second part.
But the rod of correction shall drive it far from him.
What's the rod of correction? Tear that butt up. Tear that butt up. Hey, so God say, yeah, they gonna be foolish. They gonna do foolish things. But you still gotta tear that butt up. Because the rod of correction gonna drive it far away. So now they know, oh, I can't do this no more. I can't talk back to mommy no more. I can't suck my teeth and roll my eyes and twist my neck no more. I can't sit the middle finger no more. Hey, yeah, they do that. They do that. Mm-hmm. Get Proverbs 22:6.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6.
So yes, sisters and brothers, your kids, they're born with foolishness. They're born with foolishness.
Hey, officer, you know what's funny though? Because Esau said, hey, beat your child, you're going to jail.
Hey, we going to get that too. Matter of fact, let's bring that up. Let's pull that. I'm glad you reminded me.
I know.
Pull that up. Pull that up. We're going to see how Esau say discipline our kids.
Yeah, but guess what? In the Bible, it says what? You better use that rod.
Yeah.
Like Esau said, you better not. Or you're going to go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're going against the Most High.
I'll read it.
Yeah.
It says, disciplining your child. What is the best, hey, you blow it up, Ron? What is the best way to discipline my child? And you see what they got on the cover.
Yeah, Esau.
They got the friend, the most pleasant, just so pleasant right there. Now I know he gonna grow up and kill everybody.
Walking to the church.
What is the best way to discipline my child? As a parent, one of your jobs to teach your children to behave. While this can take time, try not to get frustrated. When your child does not behave, instead, learn effective ways to discipline your child. Strategies that work. When your child does not listen, try the following. Natural consequences. These are the times when you let your child see what will happen if she does not behave. For example, if your child keeps dropping her cookies on purpose, she will soon have no more cookies left to eat. If she throws and breaks her toy, she will not be able to play with it. It will not be long before she learns not to drop her cookies and to play carefully with her toys. So basically you saying, we gonna let them decide when they want to do right. You want to keep dropping your cookies? Okay, I'm just gonna keep give you these cookies that I worked my butt off to buy. Hey, not me. You drop your cookie twice. No more cookies for you. I'm not gonna keep giving you cookies to drop. Logical consequences. These are the times where you will need to step in and create a consequence. For example, tell her that if she does not pick up her toys, you will put them away. That don't even sound right. If you make a mess, I'm gonna clean it up. No matter how many times you make it, I'm gonna clean it up for you. But you better learn. How is that learning? You doing everything for them. Anyway, be prepared to follow through right away. You do not have to yell and scream. Be firm and respond in a calm way. Scroll down. Withholding privileges is when you tell your child that if she does not cooperate, she will have to give something up she likes. The following are a few things to keep in mind. When you use this technique, never take away something your child truly needs, such as a meal. Choose something that your child values that is related to the misbehavior. For children younger than 6 or 7 years, withholding privileges works best if done right away. For example, if your child misbehaves in the morning, do not tell her she can't watch TV that evening. There is too much time in between, and she probably will not connect the behavior with the consequences. Time out! The best one.
Hey, hold on.
Go,
I got it.
you know,
So it says, yeah, I know. I want to go back to the TV. So it said what? Do not tell tell she can't watch TV that evening. Should kids be watching TV? That's showing what? That you letting the TV teach your kids. But in the scripture, it says what you supposed to be train. It says train up thy child. And it say, hey, let the TV train up your child. No. And Esau is coming and say, hey, don't tell her that. Don't tell your child you can't watch TV that evening.
Don't tell her.
Yeah, no more.
Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
Yeah, don't tell her. Let her watch it.
If she messes up in the morning, don't tell her she can't watch, because she's not going to remember what she did that morning.
Yep.
I'm going to remind you.
Yeah.
I'm going to remind you why I'm telling you up. You remember what you did this morning, huh?
Hey, did the Most High make us remember for
You
what
tell
we
us,
did?
every time we get punished,
Every
you always
time.
bring up Egypt.
Yeah.
Always.
Hey, using
For I told your fathers,
Yep.
and your fathers didn't listen, so come here and get this butt whooping.
Yep.
It's thousands of years later. Most High still punishing us for
Yeah, we
Egypt.
still got the curses. Still.
Hey, that's a father. That's a true father. Time out. This is a technique that works well when a specific rule has been broken. It works best for children from 2 to 5 years of age, but can be used throughout childhood. Follow these steps to make time out work. Set the rules ahead of time. Choose a time and spot. Start the timeout. Scroll down. I ain't gonna read all that. Tips to make discipline more effective. You will have days when it seems impossible to get your child to behave, but there are ways to ease frustration and avoid unnecessary conflict with your child. Be aware of what your child can and cannot do. Roll down. We're not gonna read all that. Basically what Esau's saying is do what I tell you to do. While spanking is not the best choice. Let's read this. The American Academy of Pediatrics does not recommend spanking. The American, right? Although most Americans were spanked as children. Raise your hand if you were spanked as a child. Well, majority everybody, right? 98.8% of Israelites in here were spanked as children, right?
Hey,
Okay.
hey, you see some of the kids didn't raise their hands.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We're gonna get to that. So a lot of all of us were spanked, right? Watch this. Let's see what Esau says about us, how we would become from being spanked. Even though spanking may seem to work at first, it loses its impact after a while. Because most parents do not want to spank. They are less likely to be consistent. Spanking increases aggression and anger. No. Oppression increases aggression and anger. Instead of teaching responsibility. Parents may intend to stay calm, but often do not, and then regret their actions. I don't regret spanking. Spanking can lead to physical struggles and even grow to the point of harming the child. Scroll down. Now here's the part where it talks about us. It is true that many adults who were spanked as children may be well-adjusted and caring people today. However, so you know when somebody say however, everything they said before that is erased. However, research has shown that when compared with children who are not spanked, children who are spanked are more likely to become adults who are depressed, use alcohol, have more anger, hit their own children, hit their spouses, and engage in crime and violence. These adult outcomes make sense because spanking teaches a child that causing others pain is okay if you're frustrated or want to maintain control, even with those you love. A child is not likely to see the difference between getting spanked from his parents and hitting a sibling or another child when he doesn't get what he wants. Scroll down. Should be. Oh, that's it? Okay. So basically what Esau is saying, that it's not okay to spank your kids. He's saying that if you spank your kids, you're going to cause greater damage. So let them do what they want. Because if you spank them, it's going to be bad. But if you let them do what they want, eventually they will learn not to do it. You let somebody do what they want. You let your child do what they want, and eventually they will learn. Let's see what God says. Proverbs 22:6.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6.
That's why God says, never trust thine enemy. Never trust your enemy. Read.
Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
No, but Esau said if you do that, when they get older, they're going to be hitting their spouse.
And when he is old,
Hold on. They're going to be depressed, aggressive. They're going to be more susceptible to violent acts of crime. Read.
and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
So train up a child is not just talking about discipline. It's talking about teaching them the laws of God. Because when you just discipline them and you don't teach them God's laws, that happens. That happens. Right. That happens. But when you discipline them and you teach them, thus saith the Lord, when they get older, they won't depart. You got a question? Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Stand up.
And then you have all these.
Speaking of my game.
And then you have all these police officers, constant physical abuse on anyone that they want to take down.
Right. So you're telling me
can't
I
correct
can't
our
spank
own
my
children.
child, but you can beat him to death?
Exactly.
It's backwards. It's backwards. Read.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
That's why training our kids God's laws is so important. Because then when they get of age of understanding, when they get of age to where now they're on their own, they know how to make the right choices. They can weigh the evil and the good in the balance. Okay, I know I'm not supposed to be sleeping with this sister. Why? Because this can happen. I know it's going to feel good, but why? God says I can get STDs. God says I can be put to death. So they know good and evil. They know how to weigh it in a balance, and they know how to choose because y'all taught them and y'all taught them. Go ahead. Yeah, get a mic, soldier.
There was a story, I forget how many years ago, there's this Edomite that was so wealthy and didn't get disciplined when he was a child. He killed like 5 people in a car wreck, and his defense was affluenza, meaning that they were too wealthy.
I heard of that.
And then
I seen that.
he didn't get the discipline. They said so he didn't know that he was doing right for wrong. He didn't know.
Yeah, he used that in court, right?
Yeah, he used that in
I
court.
think he got like 4 months or 5 months probation, something like that.
Yeah, at his own home.
He killed people. I think he was drunk, right?
He was drunk, and they say the fact that he didn't get taught right from wrong, he didn't know what he was doing.
Ignorance. That was Jake, but they put him under the prison. Read it.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6.
Come on.
Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
So when our children gets older, they will maintain God's laws. When we dead and gone, we can, on our deathbed, we can truly say, oh, praises. I know when I leave, my son is going to continue to fight. I know when I leave, my daughter is going to continue the fight. Because we all going to see each other again, Lord's will. That's the goal. I want to see if I make it, I want to see my kids. Don't y'all?
Yes, sir.
So in order for us to do that, we got to teach them right. We got to teach them God's laws, how to be young women, how to be young men. They got to be taught. Because God says they're evil from their youth. Proverbs 23:13.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 13. Withhold not correction from the child.
God says don't hold back correction. If you see, and you know what? That goes for everybody in here, even if that ain't your child. If you see that child doing something that's not appropriate, what does God say?
Withhold not correction
Now, I'm
from
not telling you to beat nobody's kids. What I'm saying is, it's different forms of correction. It's different forms of discipline. Hey, what you doing? You supposed to be doing that? Let them know, hey, I'm watching you. Let them know, just because you're not in front of your mama, you better act like you is. Read it again.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 13.
Mhm.
Withhold not correction from the child.
Read.
For if thou beatest him with the rod,
Read.
he shall not die.
You shall what?
He shall not die.
God says if you discipline that child, you save him from death. You save him from death. Because sin gets you what? Death. Y'all understand that? Proverbs 13. You got something, officer?
Yeah, I got some. Give me. So I'm gonna go tie everything up what the officer's going on. So he says what? Read it again.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 13. Withhold not correction from the child. For if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die.
He should not die. Because what? He's gonna still be living on. Now give me Sirach 30. It's going the same thing. So Mosai is saying, don't hold it. Don't hold it back. Because what? If you're holding it back, guess what? You don't love your child. Now the Mosai is gonna tell you, you better use that rod if you love him. Read that.
Sirach chapter 30, verse 1. He that loveth his son.
Stop. He that loveth his son. So if you love your son, your child, what you should do? Read.
Causes him off to feel the rod.
I mean, he got to feel that rod. He got to feel that discipline. Your daughter or your son has to feel that discipline. That's how you show your love. Because what? You teach your child right from wrong. Like the Most High tell us what? The consequence, the judgment, the laws that he gave us. There's things that we supposed to do and not supposed to do. We read that where? In Romans. Most High said these things is what? For our learning. Right? Everything that's in the Bible is not always for us to do. There's also things for us not to do. So with that rod, it teaches our children what? Hey, don't do that. Hey, all right, you did that right, okay. But hey, don't do that. That's what the Most High said. Let's read it again.
Sirach chapter 30, verse 1. He that loveth his son causes him off to feel the rod,
Read.
that he may have joy of him in the end.
That he may make joy with him in the end. Because what? Like we read before. The death, right? That your child would not die. So you will joy with him in the end. Because what? He's off what? He's doing the God's work. He's doing the Most High's work. He's following your footsteps. That's what the Most High teaches us, right? To teach our children. And what we're supposed to teach our children? The laws, right? And what are one of the laws? We make sure that what? Our children always be corrected. If us is always being corrected by who? The Most High. Our forefather was corrected. So, who's better? We ain't better than them. And guess what? Our children know better. We still got to teach them. You understand? All right, yeah.
Watch this. Hebrews 12 and 7. That's a good scripture. He that loveth his son causing him off to feel the rod. Means discipline, correction, right? Watch this.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7.
Come on.
If ye endure chastising,
If you're doing what?
chastising,
Correction, the rod, read.
God dealeth with you as with sons.
So God says, if you're going through something, if I'm putting you through trials and tribulations, I deal with you like I'm your father. Read on.
For what son is he whom the father chasteneth not?
Read.
But if he be without chastisement,
If the Most High ain't putting you through trials and tribulations, read.
whereof all are partakers,
Uh-huh.
then are ye bastards.
You what?
Then are ye bastards,
Read.
and not
The
sons.
Most High said, you was not my children. You saw the Most High, feel about chastising? He said, I chastise you because you my kids. And I love you.
Yeah, exactly.
If I
love
don't
you.
chastise you, you bastards.
Yep.
You
I
ain't,
hate you.
You ain't got no father.
Exactly. That's what we read before.
Right. Sirach 30 and 1.
Yep.
All praises. All right, let's get Sirach 33:21. I want to hit something real quick. Sirach 33 and 21.
Sirach chapter 33, verse 21.
Come on.
For better it is that thy children should seek to thee, than that thou shouldest stand to their courtesy.
Who can explain that? Anybody? Sisters? Senior sisters? Nobody? Read it again.
Sirach chapter 33, verse 21. For better it is than thy children should seek to thee, than that thou shouldest stand to their courtesy.
Who can explain that? Pagiel. Soldier Pagiel.
It's saying that it's better that your children follows you than you trying to please them.
You trying to be their friend.
Yeah.
Read it again.
Sirach, chapter 33, verse 21. For better it is that thy children should seek
It's
thee.
better that your kids listen to what you say, mom and dad. Read.
Then that thou shouldest stand to their courtesy.
Then you try to be their doggone friend. Nowhere in the Bible, God says be friends with your kids. That's not in the Bible. Esau taught us that. The other nations taught us that. You want to go to school today, baby? You feeling okay to go to school? I'm going to tell you straight. Mom asked me that. I'm staying home every time. I'm staying home every time. And you see that a lot, especially with sisters. You see that a lot. We look at our kids like they are our friends. We are not friends with our kids. God says be a mother, be a father. You don't say be a friend. I don't gotta like you, but I love you, and you gotta respect me, because I'm your father. I teach you, I provide. Ain't nowhere in the Bible it says me you gotta be click tight.
Hey, there's a clip I saw before with Denzel Washington. Damn, I should have looked for it.
Yeah.
You saw it, right?
I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about.
Everybody saw it, right?
Hey, look that up.
Yeah, look it
that
up.
up, Orion. It's a play. I forget what the play
it's a
called.
play that he's.
What's the movie called?
I forget.
Fences. It's a play. Look for the play.
Yeah, look for that.
Fences. Just type in Fences play.
So
Just type in Fences play.
So what we about to look here, Lord's where we find it. Denzel, he playing as a father. What's up?
Look for the old one. Look for the older dude that played.
I forgot the son's name, but he's talking to his son, telling him, "Listen, I guess the son was getting bullied or
Hey,
something."
the son said, "Why don't you like me?"
Yeah, that's what he said to his father. "Why do you like me?" He said, "I'm not supposed to like you."
That's it.
Yeah,
play
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Play that thing.
play that.
Hold on. Which one? That's one with Denzel.
Yeah.
Now look for the older one. The
Yeah,
one
no,
right
no,
there.
it's real.
One, yeah, the one to the right there.
Yeah,
Play that
that's
one.
it. That's it.
Play that one. Yeah, look. Yeah, blow that up.
Hey, get to the point. I want to make sure.
Let it play. Let it play. Let it
A
play.
memorable scene by James Earl. A painful lesson about.
Can I ask you a question?
The hell you want to ask me? Mrs. The Wiki is the one you got the questions for.
How come you ain't never liked me?
Liked you. Who in the hell ever said, I got to like you? What law is there to say, I got to like you? Do you want to stand up in my face and ask me some damn fool-ass question like that? Talk about liking somebody. Come here, boy, when I talk to you. Straighten up, goddammit. Ask your question. What law is there to say, I got to like you?
None.
All right then. Don't you eat every day? Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day?
Yeah.
Nigga, as long as you live in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me. Yes, sir. You eat every day. Yes, sir. Got a roof over your head. Yes, sir. And clothes on your back. Yes, sir. Why do you think that is?
Because of you.
Hell, I know it's because of me. Why do you think that is?
Because you like me?
Like you. I go out of here every morning and bust my butt putting up with them crackers all day long because I like you. You is the biggest fool I ever saw. It is my job. It is my responsibility. You understand that? A man got to take care of his family. You live in my house. You sleep your behind on my bedclothes. You put my food in your belly because you are my son. You are my flesh and blood, not because I like you. It is my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. Wait now. Let's get this straight right now. We'll go along any further. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand, don't give me my money come payday because he liked me. He give me because he owe me. Now, I didn't give you everything I had to give you. I gave you your life. Your mama and me worked it out between us. And liking your black ass was not a part of the bargain, and don't you try and go through life worried if somebody like you or not. You best make sure that they are doing right by you. You understand what I'm saying, boy?
That's it. That's it.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it.
And you get the help.
Hey, but that's the truth. That's the truth right there. Nowhere in the Bible God said you gotta like your kids. Nowhere in the Bible. But He do say you gotta teach them. It do say a man that don't provide for his own house is worse than an infidel. It do say sisters train be that Titus 2, that you may teach the young women. It do say men be a father to the fatherless. That's what it says. There's nowhere in the Bible that says be friends with your kids. Because then once you become friends, let's get it. Hold that. Sirach chapter 30 and verse 9.
Sirach chapter 30 and verse 9.
Read.
Conquer thy child, and he shall make thee
What
afraid.
does it mean to conquer thy child? Single sisters, do y'all know? What does it mean to conquer thy child? Go ahead, Sister Abigail. What does it mean? No, that's not what it means. Anybody else? Brother Iliad. I'm sorry, like him. What does it mean? No. Brother Razzies, what does it mean? No. Halez. Speak on the mic.
Shalom, leadership. Letting them get away with things, being too passive.
Right, but I'm looking for a specific word. Daniel.
Win over your job?
No. Amir. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Sister Janine.
Give it a mic.
Give it a mic, give it a mic. Stand up, sis. What does it mean? Good. That's it right there. To play. It means to play with them. To spoil them. To pamper them. Read. Oh, you got a definition? Let's read the definition. Cocker, baby, coddle, dandle, indulge, pamper, spoil. Mollycoddle. Never heard that one before. Pamper. All right, so let's read it again. Because remember now, and we're going to go back to Sirach 33. So just to get the concept, let's connect the dots. Go back to Sirach 33 and 21. Read that again.
Sirach chapter 33, verse 21.
Come on.
For better it is that thy children should seek thee. Then,
so better it is that thy children should seek thee. Read.
Then that thou shouldest stand to their courtesy.
Then thou should become friends with them. And then go to Sirach 30. Read that.
Sirach chapter 30 and verse 9. Conquer thy child.
So then now y'all friends, now you conquering him. Now you conquering her. Now you spoiling her. Now you letting her get away with everything. Now you letting him get away with all types of craziness. But let's find out what happens when we become friends. Read on.
And he shall make thee afraid.
Who can explain that? Sadak. Speak up.
It's basically saying that after you become friends with him, it's basically saying after you become friends with him, you won't listen to anything that you're going to say.
Now he won't even listen to you. Now you discipline him, he hit you back. And I've seen that too. I've seen that. Sadak, though, we've been together for a while. I've seen that. My sister-in-law kids is like that. Playing around to the point where now she's scared of her kids. And Jet was only 3, 4 years old. What's up, dudes? What you got?
You'll be afraid to punish your kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You'll be afraid. Because now you don't know if he's going to hit you back. Let me not punish him in front of everybody because I don't know if he's going to listen. Whoever felt like that? Let me act like I didn't see that. Because I don't want to be embarrassed in front of everybody when he don't listen to me. It's like that. That happens. That's conquering. What you got?
You see it every day when you go to a grocery store.
Absolutely. That's exactly what you see it. Kids be acting up, going crazy, and the mother act like they don't see it. Go ahead.
That's why many of our children end up being drug dealers, thieves, murderers, because their parents not there to, discipline them.
Right. They ain't got no discipline. Go ahead, Daniel.
Or you scared to correct them because you might lose that relationship.
Right, there it is. That brother connected the dot. There it is right there. Now you don't want to lose that buddy. So now you like, nah, let me not correct that. I go into people's houses, man, and I hear conversations they have with their daughters. I hear women and daughters talk to each other like they two bras out in the street. Oh, B, what you doing? Da, da, da. I said, whoa, what the? That's your mama? Yeah, you know, we tight like that. Okay, okay. You see how many kids she bring to your house? See how many wicked brothers she bring to your house? House smell like straight marijuana. And you walk in that thing smiling. That's because you conquering the child. Read on.
Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness.
Play with him. Don't discipline him. Play with him. When you see he's doing wrong, play with him. And what did I say?
And he will bring thee to heaviness.
Now you scared. I don't want to say nothing. Can you discipline my child? I'm going to live. My daughter won't listen to me. Sister, you're playing with her. Stop playing with her so much. Brother, you playing with him. Stop playing with him so much. Sit his butt down. Discipline. We got to have discipline, right? So go back to Sirach 33.
Sirach chapter 33, verse 21. For better it is that thy children should seek to thee, then that thou shouldest stand to their courtesy.
Read on.
And in all thy works, keep to thyself the preeminence.
Preeminence. What does preeminence mean? Unless.
Dominance.
Dominance, right? What else? Soldier.
Authority.
Authority. Y'all both say the same thing, but I like that word because we're going to read it. Go to Sirach 3. Huh? Yeah, we understand authority. We understand that. Sirach 3, read. And 1, sorry.
Sirach chapter 3 and verse 1.
Here's the precept. For in all thy words, keep to thyself the preeminence. Read.
Hear me, your fathers, O children, and do thereafter,
Read.
that ye may be safe. For the Lord have given the father honor over the children.
Honor over the children. Read.
And have conferred the authority.
The what?
The authority.
God says that you parents, y'all are the authority. Don't let your kids make you think that they're the authority. You are the authority. Read.
Of the mother over the son.
So the Most High said he gave the authority to the mother over the son. To the father over the daughter. Father over the son. That's what God says. So go back and read it again.
Sirach chapter 33 verse 22.
Go ahead.
In all thy works, keep to thyself the preeminence.
Keep to thyself the authority. Read.
Leave not a stain in thy honor.
Because when you don't keep the authority, now your name is stained. That sister don't know how to rule her kids. That brother's house is out of order. Now it's a stain in your honor. Go ahead, Ops.
Hey, here's an example. Our forefathers, Abraham. Give me Genesis 18, 19, man. Because we're going to see what? That our forefather, Abraham, did he command his household? As far as what it was saying in Sirach, what was that? We just read? 33, 22, Sirach 30 and 1. 29 and 1 we read, right? So let's see. Read that.
Genesis chapter 18, verse 19.
Yeah.
For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him.
Wait, read from verse 18. So
verse 18. Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation,
yeah, and
all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him.
Yeah, read. So now we know it's all by Abraham, right? Read.
For I know him, that he will command his children.
So now we're showing you what? Abraham's going to command his children. Read.
And his household.
Meaning his wife as well. Read.
After him. And they shall keep the way of the Lord.
What's the way of the Lord, brothers? The commandments, right? Because what? Abraham's saying, listen, we just read what? He got the authority. Listen. The mother should what? What the mother should do? What is the father going to tell the mother? Teach the children, right? And what he's gonna do, make sure that that's what occupied while he's at home and when he's not at home. So the Most High said, I know Abraham's going to, I ain't got to think about it. Abraham, he gonna clean up his house like it was spring cleaning. Make sure what? Everything is done decently in order.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
Read on.
To do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him.
And what was that? The promises, right? The promises that was given to us. That's what the Most High was going to give us. Because what? Abraham obeyed the Most High and said, you know what? Lord, you told me, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do what you said. I'm going to make sure my household, follows the Lord's statutes and commandments. From him all the way down to his children.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Most High, that's discipline. All right, yeah. Okay.
All praises, all praises. Let's go to Sirach chapter 30 again. Start at verse 2. Brothers and sisters, what we are bringing out is very valuable for our growth. Because our kids will go through things that we may not go through. You read about it in the scriptures too.
Yeah.
Like the sister with her 7 sons, we're going to go through that.
Yeah.
Her 7 sons were boiled alive. Y'all think that ain't going to happen? Y'all think we ain't going to be tempted on that level? Y'all think our kids going to grow up and run through lilies and daisies and flowers and lambs, sucking on lollipops? Nah, it ain't going to happen like that. It's going to be rough for them. We got to raise them up in the way of the Lord. We have to prepare them for trials and temptations. Because when we don't, when it happens, they gone. They fall off because they don't know how to deal with it. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 30, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
He that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance.
Why would a man, a father who corrects his son, have joy in him and his acquaintances? Anybody know no new hands? No new hands? Brother Daniel Ephraim.
Because he's following directions.
Right? But what else? Joy in his acquaintances. Right there, you. You? What's your name? Hey, y'all gotta say your name again. Otis? All right.
His acquaintances
Uh-huh.
turn out to be just like him.
No. Naim. Right. Means that his friends will be praising him because of his kids. Hold that real quick. Here's the precept. Sirach 11:28.
Sirach chapter 11.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let everybody get it. Sirach 11:28. Read that.
Sirach chapter 11, verse 28. Judge none blessed before his death, for a man shall be known in his children.
A man gonna be known in how his kids act. So if your kid's bad as heck, something ain't going right at the home. Something's going on. Somebody's out of order. If your kids is out of control, something ain't going right at the house. Read it again.
Sirach chapter 11, verse 28. Judge none blessed before his death.
Right.
For a man shall be known in his children.
So go back to Sirach 30 and verse 3. Oh, I'm sorry, verse 2.
Sirach chapter 30 and verse 2. He that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintances.
So that's why, because when everybody see his kids, they're going to say, man, your kids are well trained. Your house is in order, man. I just did that today with Soldier Tobias. I was amazed.
Yeah.
I was amazed. His daughter and his son. I was amazed. That lets me know that brother is doing something right. Read on.
Verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
Here we go. Brothers, who can explain it? All right. Put your hand. Everybody put your hand down. Who in here got kids? Okay, now we cooking. Nobody else got kids? JT? Y'all see me? Y'all see you trying to hide? Long arms trying to hit me with that. Brother, stand up. Read from again, soldier.
Yes, sir. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
Explain that. What does that mean?
Shalom. He that teaches his son, raises and keeps his law, statutes, and commandments. That means it's like, I believe it's like it's somebody that grew up in his stead, that keep going on. We're always going to have enemies while we're on this earth.
Go ahead.
So we're going to have enemies on this earth, so somebody to take his place. For himself, the adversary will keep going on.
So what does it mean? When he teaches son, he grieveth the enemy. What does that mean?
Grieveth the enemy. I know the grieve is somebody that's actually.
All right, all praises. Sit down. Who got kids? Everybody with kids, raise your hand. Ephraim. What does it mean to grieve the enemy by teaching your kids? What does that mean?
Shalom.
Shalom, brother.
It means to stress the enemy.
How? How would you stress them?
Because they're not the ones teaching.
No. Matthias. Bring it home, brother. Bring it home. You had the first part. You do stress the enemy, but how? Go ahead.
When you teach your kids the laws and commandments, you keep the laws and commandments and to wear their fringes. When the enemy see that, they hate it.
There we go. They don't want us to teach our kids. So when we do teach our kids, they mad. That's why when we say, you know what, we're bringing our kids out of school, what they do? Hold on, wait a minute. Let's all hold on. Everybody hold on. Why are these students taking their kids out of school? I'm the damn adult. I can do that. When you tell them, don't stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, oh, wait a minute. Now they got to send you a 10-letter, 10-page letter why they feel like this place is not for you anymore. That's a true story. Read it again.
Sirach chapter 30 and verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
That's because when you teach your kids, sisters, when y'all teach these young sisters how to be women, brothers, when y'all teach these young men how to be men, the enemy gets mad. Because now he sees that, hold on, wait a minute. We know we couldn't get to them, but now we can't even get to their kids? Dang, we losing. We got to do something about this. Now we mad now. I don't know about y'all, but I want to make the enemy as mad as possible. I want to make them so mad that they just want us all dead. That's what I want. I want them to be so mad they do something so horrible, and that's only going to push Christ to come faster.
That's right.
Read on.
And before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
Read.
Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead.
So though our mother may die, our father may die, but guess what? Her daughter is still walking in righteousness. His son is still walking in righteousness. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Lord's will, God forbid, if I be put to death, I want my sons to be on the street teaching. Just like me. Why? Because our forefathers did it. And that's who I strive to be like. So I want my son to strive to be like me. Because in the world, I'm going to tell y'all something. My father always told me, you're going to be a better man than me. What? I'm supposed to want to be like you. You're going to be a way better man than me. Do you know what that tells? You know, if I say that to myself, you know what that tells him? I wasn't crap. I wasn't the father I was supposed to be. You're going to be a way better mother than me. That means you wasn't the mother that God told you to be. But In the world, that's what they tell us. You're going to be a way better father. You're going to take care of your kids. You're going to be there. Well, hold on. What about you? I'm supposed to want to be like my father. Read it again.
Though his father died, yet he as though he were not dead. For he hath left one behind him that is like himself.
No, better than him.
That is like himself.
That kept the commandments even though he didn't.
That is like himself.
So what is that saying? That's saying that the mothers and the fathers are supposed to be keeping the commandments to teach their kids, so when they're dead, they will be just like them. Mothers and fathers who kept God's commandments teach their children so the children can keep the commandments, and that's how you break the cycle.
Hey, that's also go for the women too. The women too. Because what? Your daughter is supposed to be just like you. Your daughter is supposed to be what? The image of you.
Right.
Same thing.
That's why the Tanya say you're supposed to raise, you're supposed to teach the young children.
You got to teach them. Because what we understand the man, all right, the kids, the Most High is saying, if the son, right, grieveth the enemy, so is the daughter. The daughter's supposed to be just like the mother. So if your daughter's all doing God knows what, as far as what the sisters in the world do, look at the mother. Like the officer was saying, the daughter and the mother is like calling her mother B, all this, right? Showing what? That the daughter wasn't disciplined, the mother wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. Having her as a friend. Where in the Bible does it say that? Nowhere in the Bible says, hey, my daughter could be my friend. My daughter, hey, we cool. What? You and your daughter's cool? Man, I'm telling you.
I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something. Because we got a lot of single mothers in here. We got single fathers in Israel. We got single mothers in here, right? Y'all read about the story. Get that story in Maccabees, please. I'm gonna show y'all something. You know what I want. Yep. We're gonna go over that real quick. Read that. Let's get to the point. 2 Maccabees, who knows that? 7 and verse what? 7 and verse 27. 27? Start at verse 25. Hold on, start verse 24. Read that. Hold on, wait a minute.
No, 21.
21? Yeah, just start there. Yeah.
2 Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 21. Yea, she exhorted.
Hold on, I'm sorry. We're going to start at start at verse... Yeah, the whole chapter is good, but I want to just skip through it. Start at verse 1. Just start about, we're going to power read. Come on, read. Let's go.
2 Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 1.
Come on.
It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh.
So a mother and 7 sons were compelled to eat swine's flesh, right? Which is a sin, right? Everybody agree? All praises, read.
And were tormented with scourges and whips.
So because they didn't want to eat the swine, they were tortured. We don't.
But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us?
I'll read. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our father. So the sons say, you know what? We ready to die. We are ready to be put to death right now than to break one law. Verse 37. But I, as my brethren, offer up my body and life for the laws of our fathers, beseeching God that he would speedily... Hold on, I'm sorry. Did I skip a chapter? Verse 3, sorry. That the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot. For with being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. So, hold on. The 7 sons, the first son had his tongue cut out, thrown in a boiling pot, right? Eventually, all of the 7 sons were tortured, boiled alive, dismembered, all because they did not want to keep the king's order, which was the east farthest. But watch this, read verse 1 again.
2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law.
Stop. Did it say father in there?
Mother.
So where's the father? The sister was a single mother. And she did what? She what? Hold on, wait a minute. And she taught them to keep God's laws, to die for God's laws. And she was a single mother. There is no excuse. There is no excuse you ain't got a man in the house. That sister taught her 7 sons to keep God's laws to the point of death. And get that, read that. Read that. hold on. We're going to read that. Verse 27. Watch this.
2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 27.
Look at how she encouraged them to die for God. Read.
But she bound herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn.
So she laughed at the king. You think I'm going to tell my sons to eat that pork? Read on.
Spake in her country language on this manner. O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb.
Read.
And gave thee suck 3 years. And nourished thee. And brought thee up unto this age.
Here he is.
And endured.
And what?
Endured.
Endured. Hey, can we look that word up, Mariah? Look that word up, endured, please. The Bible says she endured the troubles of education. Look up endured. There's no excuse, single sisters. No excuse. To undergo, especially without giving in, suffer. To regard with acceptance of tolerance, could not endure noisy children. Ain't that something? The style endured, no, go down to synonyms. Right there. No, pass, suffer, undergo, witness, experience. So read it again. Read the last part.
And endured the troubles of education.
Y'all see that? It's a suffer. She suffered. She undergo. She experienced. She sustained the troubles of education. Let you know that this job ain't easy. But God gave it to y'all to do. And this sister was single. She was a single mother with 7 sons. Single mother with 7 sons, and she still raised them to die for God. Watch this. Read verse 29. Listen to how courageous y'all foremothers were. Our foremothers were. Just listen. Read.
Verse 29. Fear not this tormentor.
Hold on. Now I'm going to ask a question, and I want y'all to be very honest. Who in here everybody got sons, right? I want y'all to be very honest with me. Who in here, I want you to raise your hand. Who in here will see their sons get born in a pot and tell them, fear not this tormentor, but worthy of thy brethren, take thy death. Who would ever do that? So we got two people, 3 people. Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, anybody else? 8. But that's the reality. That's the reality of it. That's why we brought out earlier, our job is huge. Because we have to teach our children to be ready for this. That's very important. That's why this ain't for everybody. We got to be ready for this. We got to teach our kids, hey, keep the laws of God to death. Don't give in. Read it again.
Hey, also, hold on. Before you get there, can I read a verse above? 21?
Go ahead.
Yeah, read a verse above. So your sister can see the example of your foremothers. Show you what. You have kids, this is what you should be doing. This is how you teach your kids. Read.
21. Yea, she exhorted every one of them.
You hear that? She exhorted every one of them. 7 sons. She exhorted each and every one of them. Read.
In her own language, filled with courageous spirits.
You hear that? Courageous spirit. Read.
And stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach.
With a manly stomach. Not saying that she became a man.
Hold on. Y'all know what that means? That means she was emotional.
Yep.
But she didn't let nobody see that.
Exactly.
She was emotional.
Yep.
It said what? Read it again. Hey, I'm sorry, read it again.
And stirring up her womanish thoughts.
Her womanish thoughts. Oh my God.
My son's gonna die.
My sons. But what she did?
With a
manly
stomach.
Die for God.
Yep.
Keep God's laws to death. In her head, she like, oh my God, my son's dying. Keep the faith.
Yep.
You gonna return again, son. Do y'all know what type of spirit you gotta have for that?
Exactly.
But guess what? Guess what though? Guess what? Everybody in here is called to have that spirit.
That's right. You hear that, sister?
Every sister in here is called to have that spirit.
You look at it.
Hey, I know a lot of sisters don't believe that they can do that.
Yep.
But scripture said faith come by hearing, hearing by the word of God. You gain faith by studying. That's how you gain that faith to be able to tell your sons and daughters, die for God.
Yep.
And she knew her turn was coming too.
Yeah.
You understand? She saw all her sons die and knew in the back of her mind she was next. Not once did she say, baby, just eat it. Just eat it. We can ask God for forgiveness.
Yes.
Just eat it and we can go home and fast about it. Nah, she knew. Nope, I'm not doing that. Know why? Because I endured the troubles of education to teach my kids, and I don't want to stain my glory.
There you go.
I don't want to stain my name. That's the truth. That's what she did.
I did all this, and then to this time, that's
right.
I did all of this to teach my kids
this.
to get to today.
And now I'm going to stain my glory?
Like, no, man, you gotta be crazy.
That let you know, man, our sisters and brothers, we have a big job to do.
Train your kids up.
Yes, we're working on ourselves, but we're working on ourselves to train our kids. Because it starts with us. It starts with us. And then it goes to them. And then when they get older, they're going to teach their kids. And their kids. And their kids. And that's how we break the cycle. Hey, you know what Willis say? It say until a phenomenon occurs. This will happen for hundreds of years until a phenomenon occurs. The Bible is the phenomenon.
That's right.
The Bible is the chain breaker. Because the Bible teaches us how to raise our kids. The Bible teaches us how to love our husbands, how to love our wives, how to love each other, how to love God. The Bible teaches us that. All right, so let's get back to Sirach 30. We ain't going to be much longer. Sirach 30. Sirach 30 in verse 8. That's what I want right there.
Sirach chapter 30 and verse 8. And horse not broken, but come of headstrong.
What does that mean, brothers? What does it mean, a horse not broken? Amen. Right. You know, when they catch wild horses, they have to break them. In order they don't break them, the horse will not follow what the what they call the jockey. It will not be able to be controlled. Read it again.
And horse not broken, but come of headstrong.
So a horse not being broke will become headstrong. Now can't nobody tell him nothing. Read.
And a child left to himself.
A what?
And a child left to himself.
Oh, we about to touch on something heavy right now.
Yeah, bring it out.
A child left to himself.
Go to your room.
If 10 minutes pass by and the thought of your mind don't say, where's my kid at? Read it again.
And a child left to himself will be willful.
Will be willful to do whatever they want to do. Hold that. Sirach 32:21. Sirach 32:21. Read that.
Sirach chapter 32, verse 21.
Come on.
Be not confident in a plain way.
Be not confident in plain way. Read on.
And beware.
And what?
And beware of thy own children.
Should nobody have to ask you, where your kids at?
Right.
Oh, I don't know. Where they at? Back there destroying something. Yep. They been wondering about your kid drinking bleach. And I never understood that. I really don't. I never understood that how a kid can get into the cabinet and drink bleach. What are you doing? Exactly. You not watching your kid? Read it again.
Sirach chapter 32, verse 21. Be not confident in the plain way, and beware of thine own children.
Should nobody in here be asking y'all where y'all kids at? Not 10 minutes don't go past my head, I'm not thinking, where are my kids? I wonder what they're doing right now. Because foolishness is abound in the heart of a child. So I wonder who they with. They should be wicked from their youth.
Yep.
So I wonder who's watching them right now. That's how, I'm going to tell you straight. We all was young before. We all played manhunt. Brothers, y'all know what I'm talking about. How to go seek in the dark.
Yep.
How to go seek at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yo.
Mama home sleep.
Yep.
Not worrying about where her kids at. Daddy gone. We outside getting into foolishness.
Yep.
And then wonder why daughters be fast. And wonder why sons grow up and be whoremongers. Why? Because from their youth, they was whoremongers.
Yep.
Let me add.
Me doing Ubering, I had picked up children, and 15, 16-year-old. At 2 o'clock in the morning, sneaking out the window.
Oh, wow.
And you know what's crazy about that? Because that was some of us.
Yep.
And believe it or not, that's still some of us. You can't hide from God, man.
Nope.
You can't hide from God. If you doing that, if there are any sisters or brothers in here doing that, you better repent. Better repent. You're going to fall out that window and break a leg.
Yep.
Then you're going to have to call your mama. You got to knock on the door. Mama!
Oh.
Mama! Hold on, how the heck you get outside?
Yeah. Hey, I got a story. One quick story. All right, you know in New York, right? In the building, they have fire escapes. 2 o'clock in the morning, me and my cousin decided to leave out the house. 2 o'clock in the morning, go to a party. Officer said, what, try to break a leg? Man, you believe? I thought I heard my aunt coming. I jumped out from the fire escape. I thought I broke my leg. Man, I was limping all the way to the party. I was like,
hey,
they're like, what you doing?
You evil say you still went to the party.
Still went to the party. That was evil as hell. All praise to the Most High.
Still went to the party with a broken leg. Ain't that something? I tell you, hey, foolishness is bound in the heart of a child.
Yep.
When you give a child liberty and freedom to do whatever they want to do, they will take them out.
Yep.
That's guaranteed. They will take them out. All right, read on. Read on. Where you at? Sirach 30, right?
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, read on.
All right. Sirach, chapter 30, verse 9.
Yep.
Conquer thy...
I'm sorry. Verse 12. Ask that like a party. Come on.
Verse 12. Bow down his neck while he is young.
Bow down his neck while he is young. God says discipline him while he's young. So then when he get older, read.
And beat him on the sides.
Hey, you know the Most High even tell you where to do it? The Most High even tell you where to spank your kids. The Most High love giving out butt whoopings. You see that? He even wrote a blueprint on how to do it. Read it again.
Bow down his neck while he is young. And beat him on the side.
Why? I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Why would the Most High say beat your kids on their sides? Deuce, what you got?
That's where the most feeling is.
No. I know you know. You like him. What you got? I know you know.
Like some of parents beat the kids, they were all across the
We go. Say that little mic, please. Turn it on for him.
But some of the parents beat the kids across the head.
Cross the head, cross the back, cross the legs, cross their mouth. I'd have been slapped in the mouth before with my mom. I'd have been slapped in the mouth before. Yeah. I didn't like it. But I had to go to sleep that night and get over it. But God says, bow down his neck and beat him on his sides. Why? Because that's where the meat at. That's where that meat right there. That's where that meat at. Read on.
While he is a child.
While he is a child.
Lest he be waxed stubborn.
Lest he wax what?
Lest he be waxed stubborn.
So God says that if you don't do it, he gonna grow up and be stubborn. He ain't gonna listen at all. You got something?
Yeah. Read that again.
Sirach, chapter 30, verse 12. Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides while he is a child.
While he is a what?
Wow, he is a child.
While he's a child. Don't wait till he gets older and then try to discipline him and then expect him to listen. You're supposed to do it at his youth, at the young age. So now, brothers and sisters that have children, make sure you disciplining your son or your daughter. Make sure according to God. Now you outside hitting them with sticks on their head in front of people, beating them down.
Go to the tree and get my switch.
Exactly.
I don't know about y'all, but I was raised to go get my own switch off the tree. And you better not pick a little one either. Because if I go out there and pick it off the tree, it's gonna be as big as your leg.
Hey, know the kiddo had what you call in Spanish a chocolate. Yeah, a chocolate sandwich.
Hey, remember I was watching the video the other day, right? And alligator, I mean this alligator was like 30 foot long coming up, and the sister took off her chocolate and started slapping it. Bah, bah. But the alligator took off, boy. He said the power of the chocolate.
Hey, man,
the power of the chocolate,
I used to run. That used to follow me.
hey, but I let you know, man. Butt whoopings, man. The Most High told us to do it for a reason.
Yep.
Told us to do it for a reason because if I keep doing something, I know I'm gonna get my butt whooped. I'm gonna stop doing it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna stop doing it. That's common sense.
Hey, like I said, and the child is what? When the child gets older, you tell the child, listen, don't go smoke cigarettes. Make sure you don't carry a gun. All them rides that the child been having, when it's time, the tribulations come. Hey, your friend. Hey, you want to smoke cigarette? Boom. Nah.
My mama might
My
be
mom
around
with
that
me.
corner.
She might be around the corner.
My mama might be in the bushes.
Yeah,
with
she
binoculars.
looking at me somewhere. I know she here.
Yeah.
All them chastising that you been giving your child from the youth up, what, a trainer for that day. Because what? When they're hanging out with their friends, you never know. You never know what type of friend they have. We're going to go into that next.
Yeah, but even with that, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Because we got to teach our kids, if they ain't keeping the laws, they is not your friend.
That's right. Yep.
They not your friend.
Yep.
Because, what you got? Stand up. Stand up. Right there, Hanai.
Yeah, give him the mic.
I was just gonna ask, what would be the proper age to that you can continue beating your child? Like,
What you mean? As they get older?
Yeah, because I was getting my ass whooped by, I was like damn near 17.
You was getting 17.
Hey, you still living in your
You
parents?
still living in your mama house?
No.
At the time where you living in your mama house?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. You living in my house and you still doing wicked stuff at 17? You gonna get it. You under my roof. If you still messing up at 17 years old, you gonna get it.
You right.
Okay, all praises.
But at a certain
Glad
age,
you understand.
you brothers need to get out your mama's house, just to let you know.
And even with that, when your child comes to the age of understanding, that's when you should start disciplining. You ain't got discipline no 4-month-old baby. Then your butt end up in jail. All your kids gone. Don't say Officer Gad told you to do it. Officer Gad with IURC told me to beat my kid as soon as they pop out the womb.
Yep.
No. We don't do that. We don't do that. When the age of understanding comes on your child, sometimes it comes earlier, sometimes it comes later than others. When they can understand, don't touch that, and do touch that, it's time to start spanking some butt. Any questions or what? Questions? Questions? All right. Question.
Yeah, concerning whooping our kids, some of us got used to getting in the butt. Is there a limit to the amount of?
God don't say it's a limit. That's my answer. God don't say it's a limit. But remember what we said earlier. This is the thing, right? You can't just beat your kids and then I beat you, go to sleep. Nah, you gotta teach them God's laws. You gotta emerging with God's understanding. So in order for me to not be getting this whooping no more, I got to do what God says. And to the amount, you know, you're not supposed to beat your kids for rage. You're not supposed to beat your kids in rage and you know, because their daddy ain't there. I don't see that. Got beat so bad because my daddy was a nigga. You just like your damn daddy. Pow! Hey, man, all I did was eat four cheeseburgers. All I did was go to sleep without drying the dishes, man. Judah know about that. But yeah, you know, you shouldn't beat your kids in rage. You know, however long it take, I guess. The Most High is still whooping us 1,000 years later. Now, I'm not saying you gotta whip your kids for a year, but just take that into consideration. All right. So let's go back to Sirach 30.
Sirach.
Read verse 12 again.
Sirach chapter 30 and verse 12. Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides.
Beat him on the sides.
While he is a child.
While he's a child. Read on.
Lest he wax stubborn. And be disobedient unto thee.
Disobedient to thee. Come on.
And so bring sorrow to thine heart.
Read.
Chastise thy son and hold him to labor.
That's what I want right there. If you 17 years old, you still in my house, and you were doing wicked stuff, you better go get a job. I'm gonna give you some work to do, because evidently you too idle. You got enough time to disobey me. Okay. I go, you be like, go out there and mow the lawn till I say it's okay. Till I like the length of the grass. I'm gonna give you something to do. All right. So let's get into the last section of the class. Get Sirach chapter 16, verse 11 real quick.
Sirach chapter 16, verse 11. And if there be one stiff-necked among the people.
Verse 1. I'm sorry.
Verse 1. Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children.
So the Most High say, even though you might have a bunch of kids, if they ain't keeping his laws, they are unprofitable children. They are nothing. Read.
Neither delight in ungodly sons.
Don't delight in ungodly sons. You buy your kids PlayStation, Xbox, and he just got done spitting in another brother's face. Read it again.
Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children.
Read on.
Neither delight in ungodly sons.
Don't delight in ungodly sons. That's it? Read on.
Verse 2. Though they multiply, rejoice not in them.
Rejoice not in an ungodly son. Read on.
Except the fear of the Lord be with them.
There we go. Now, if the fear of the Lord is with them, okay. You know what, son? You deserve this right here. You deserve this Star of the Month award. Because we see the fear of the Lord is with you. But if you ain't keeping God's commandments, nah. You ain't getting nothing. So, we're going to break this thing down. Let's get Titus 2 and 6. We're going to end the class on Titus 2 and 6. Come on.
Titus chapter 2 verse 6. Young men, like...
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Sirach 4. Sirach 4 verse 10.
Sirach chapter 4 and verse 10. Be as a father unto the fatherless.
Y'all hear that, brothers? Brothers, y'all hear that?
Yes, sir.
Read it again.
Be as a father unto the fatherless.
Because we do got sisters who have kids and their fathers ain't in their lives. Or the fathers is there, but their fathers ain't teaching them God's commandments. Read it again.
Be as a father unto the fatherless.
So God says we must be fathers unto the fatherless. Hold that, go to Titus 2. Even if that's not my son, but God says I got to be like a father to you. Read.
verse 6.
Yep.
Titus chapter 2, verse 6. Young men, likewise, exhort to be sober-minded.
Exhort to be sober. Who's supposed to teach them? Brothers? We are. The fathers are supposed to teach the fatherless how to be sober. Read.
In all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works.
Showing thyself a pattern of good works. So, if we're supposed to show them a pattern of good works, what do we got to be doing?
Good work.
Good works. It all falls back to us, sisters and brothers. We can't be blaming the kids all the time. Sometimes we just wicked as hell. Sometimes the father just wicked as hell. Sometimes the mother is just wicked as hell. And then we say, oh, well, foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. No, you teaching them that foolishness. You're not correcting them with the rod. Read.
In doctrine, showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity, sound speech,
Read.
that cannot be condemned.
That cannot be condemned. Meaning, if we teaching them that, can't nobody come against that. Can't nobody come to me and say, hey man, you know your son just killed 4 people. No way in hell. No way. I taught my son God's commandments. I taught my son, thou shalt not kill. I taught my son that he's supposed to love his brother like himself. You must got some tape or something. You got him on tape doing it? I don't believe it. You got him on film? Show me that. That's how we should be. Read on.
That he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing.
No evil thing to what?
To say of you.
To say of you. So that's our job. Our job is to teach these young men how to be men. And if you ain't fit for the battle, then, that's on you. That's between you and God. That's between you and the Most High. But I know we gonna teach young men how to be men.
That's right.
Sirach 30:1. Oh, we already read that, right?
Yes, sir.
Proverbs 8:4. Proverbs 8:4. We almost done. We got like 20 more minutes. Proverbs 8:4. Watch this. Come on.
Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 4.
Come on.
Unto you, O men.
Oh what?
O men.
Oh what?
O men.
Oh boys.
O men.
Oh baby daddies.
O men.
Oh real niggas.
O men.
Come on.
I call.
God says he's calling men. What does a baby boy grow up to be? A man. So when should you start teaching them? When they're young. Because eventually they're gonna be a man. And God says he's calling men. So we gotta teach our young boys to be what? Men. And it starts with us. If we ain't being men, how we gonna teach them to be a man? Can't no mama teach me how to be a man. I'm gonna just tell you straight. That's straight. You can't teach me how to be a man. It takes a man to teach me. Just like I can't teach my daughter how to be a wife. I can't teach her how to be a woman. I can give her the scripture. But that's about it. That time of the month, I can't tell you how to do it, where to go, what to do it this way, do it that. I can't do that. It takes a woman to teach a young girl how to be a woman. It takes a man to teach a young man how to be a man. And a lot of times, a lot of men are effeminate because their mothers will not let them be a man. They conquer them.
Yeah.
Oh, you said this about my son. Y'all picking on my son. Nah, sister. Scriptures say foolishness is found in the heart of a child. Teach your son the right way, and you won't have to worry about that. Come to Alicia. I need help. I need help with my son. That's the righteous thing to do. I need help with my daughter. Can you help me? Can you help me raise this man up to be a man? Read on.
And my voice is to the sons of men.
God says his voice is to the sons of men. 1 Maccabees 2:64. God says his voice is to the son of men. So we should be teaching our sons how to be men. How to stand up boldly for the Most High. Read.
First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 64. Wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant.
What? Hold on. Be what?
Be valiant.
Be valiant. Let's look at that word, Araya. Be valiant. What does that mean? Anybody know what valiant means? Who said it? Who said brave? Brave, absolutely. Means to be brave. Let's look it up. Because the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man today is not brave. Possessing or acting with bravery or boldness. Excuse me. Exhibiting or carried out with courage or determination. Bold, courageous, fearless. You know what it means to be fearless? Fearless is somebody selling dope in front of your house and you going to, hey, y'all can't do this here. That's fearless. You know who y'all is according to the Bible? Fearless is going into the worst parts of the hood and teaching God's laws. That's fearless. Because everybody can't do that. Undaunted, brave, lion-hearted, manful. Read it again.
Wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant, and show yourselves men in the behalf of the law, for by it shall ye obtain glory.
Hey, give me that scripture. I'm sorry, I skipped. Give me that scripture where it says, what says, you should know your kids. Yeah, what I said, get that. You pulled it earlier, right?
Yeah.
Proverbs, yeah, get that. You should know your kids. 20:11, read that. Proverbs 20:11. I'll show y'all stuff. Proverbs 20 and 11.
Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 11.
Come on.
Even a child is known by his doings, whether his work be pure and whether it be right.
God says a child may be known by what they do. That's why sometimes you look at somebody and say, she gonna be sneaky as hell when she get older. Look at her. She don't think I see her right now. When you read Maccabees, he knew his sons, he knew exactly what they're gonna be. Judah's gonna be, he gonna be the fighter. You know what I'm saying? He knew exactly what his sons was gonna be because he examined them from their youth. That's why a lot of times we know, hey, that sister's gonna be fast when she get older. Watch. Especially if we ain't correcting it now. But correcting it one day out the week is not enough. It's an everyday job. Every day out the week we should be correcting her or him on how to be a man, how to be a woman of God. Go back. Go to 1 Kings 2. 1 Kings chapter 2. So right now we're going over how we're supposed to raise our sons. Then we're going to go into daughters. Read.
1 Kings chapter 2 and verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore, and show thyself a man.
King David told his son Solomon, show yourself a man. He didn't ask him. He didn't say, would you mind showing yourself a man? He didn't ask him. He demanded him. He commanded him. Show yourself a man. Read.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God.
Keep the charge of the Lord, Solomon. Read.
To walk in his ways.
Don't do your own ways. Walk in God's ways, Solomon. Read.
To keep his statutes.
You want to be a man? Keep God's statutes. Read.
And his commandments.
Come on.
And his judgments. And his testimonies.
Read.
As it is written in the law of Moses.
What is the law of Moses, brothers? Where's that at? It's the Bible. This Bible is the book of the law. This whole Bible is the book of the law. Not just the first 5 books. The whole Bible is the book of the law. So King David told his son, in order to be a man, what you got to do, brothers? Keep the commandments. Keep the laws of God. So what should we be telling our young men? Keep the laws of God. You want to be a man in this world? You better be keeping God's laws. I know you don't like it, but I don't care. Because me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. We're going to serve the Lord in my house. And if you don't want to keep the laws of God, that door swings both ways. Yeah. Straight up. The door swing both ways. Because me and my house going to serve the Lord. Psalms 94:16. Psalms 94, verse 16.
Psalms chapter 94, verse 16.
Sons. This is what we should be telling our sons. Read.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
So who will rise up? Most times asking, who will rise up against the evildoers? Who will rise up against those who told us we was nothing but niggas? Who gonna rise up with those who say it's okay to be a baby daddy? It's okay to be a baby mama. It's okay to script for your rent money. It's okay to sell dope for some diapers. That's what they tell us. That's what they tell us straight up. If you want to make it in life, football, basketball, rap, sell dope. That's what they tell us. They tell Esau, son, you better go to college. What college do you want to go to? They don't say, are you going to college? They say, what college do you want to go to? You see the difference? It's a big difference. They know from birth, okay, my son's going to college. Know why? We going to put a trust fund up for him. We're going to set aside money because I know when he get out of high school, he's going to college. But so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you get out of high school, all praises you made it out of high school. And that's it. That's a life goal right there. But we don't understand how great we really are. We are greater than that. What is this system? You know you go to court, right? What is that system called? Where do you think they get judicial from? They got it from us. This whole system that we live in, they copied it from us. But then they tell us we can't do it. Read it again.
Who will rise up for me?
Who gonna rise up against the ones who told us we can't do it? Who gonna rise up? Who gonna do it? Read.
Against the evildoers. Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity.
You understand the creator of heaven and earth is asking for help? People don't understand that. He said, who gonna stand up for me? I really don't need y'all, but I just want to see who gonna do it. Who gonna do it? Brothers, who gonna do it? One hand, all praises. 4, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. All praises to the Most High. All praises. Should be everybody. But Lord's will you get there. Lord's will you get there. Read it again.
Psalms chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
So remember, we're supposed to be fathers to the fatherless. So if we gonna rise up, we gotta teach our younger gentlemen how to rise up. We gotta teach them to stand boldly, to be valiant for the laws of God. Read on.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Who gonna stand up for those who said homosexuality is okay? The rainbow represents homosexuality. Do y'all understand? Who understands the rainbow? What was the rainbow, brothers? Just call it out.
Covenant.
A covenant. A covenant. God made, right? But they have said that the rainbow represents sin. Who gonna stand up? Who gonna stand up and say, you know what? Y'all are liars. I'm keeping God's laws no matter what. If I have to die keeping God's laws, then all praises I die. I tell brothers all the time, if I'm on the street teaching and I be put to death, that's a golden ticket. That's a golden ticket. I'll be back. That's a golden ticket. We died standing up for God.
That's right.
I'll pray for that. I'll pray for that. Let's get Sirach 4:10. Oh, we already read that, right? We already read that, right? So let's go to daughters real quick. So at the end of the day, brothers, it's on us. At the end of the day, yes, we're supposed to teach our kids, we're supposed to discipline our kids. But at the end of the day, if we ain't right, we ain't gonna be doing none of that. We ain't gonna discipline them. We ain't gonna teach them. We ain't gonna sit down and teach them the ways of life, what to avoid, what kind of women to avoid, what kind of situations to avoid. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Read on. Ezekiel 16:44. Now we're gonna go into daughters real quick. How should our daughters be taught? Ezekiel 16:44.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 44.
Who in here got daughters? Sisters, who in here got daughters? Everybody should raise their hand. Know why? Because these young women is your daughters. Even if you ain't physically give birth to a daughter, they your daughters. So, who in here got daughters? All praises. All praises. Read.
Behold, everyone that useth this proverb shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
So now you got some responsibility. That's why they want to raise their hand. Now you got some responsibility. God says, as the mother, so is the daughter. That's why, I'm going to tell you, 9 times out of 10, if you see a woman in the world that's got 10 different baby daddies, 9 times out of 10, our mama had 10 different baby daddies. Even with abuse, 9 times out of 10, if the mother was abused by a man, 9 times out of 10, her daughter's gonna be with a man that abuses her. Because that's what they see. That's what they see is acceptable. That's what they see is they're only worth that. They're only worth a man that's gonna knock them upside the head to show them that he loves them. I'm telling you, raising a daughter is a whole nother level. You can't deal with your daughter and sons the same. Can't do it. Raising a daughter is a whole different ballpark than raising a son. Raising a daughter, you actually gotta sit down and talk to them. You actually gotta dig into their brains. You got to do it. Read it again.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 44. Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverbs against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
So if your daughter, if you not right by the Most High, your daughter is gonna imitate you. If you ain't doing right by God, your daughter ain't gonna do right by God. 9 times out of 10. Titus 2 and 3. Tell you, women, sisters in the world, and we hear this all the time. My mama went through it. I saw my mama get beat every day. So when I get beat, it's only right. Because that's what I'm used to. We hear that all the time. So who's going to break the cycle? Sisters. It's our job to break the cycle. Read.
Titus chapter 2 and verse 3.
Because those sisters going to come in here broken. They're going to come in here distraught. They're going to come in here sick. It's up to us, elder sisters, or sisters with understanding, to be able to talk to them and let them know their worth. Because God says you are worth a lot. You're not designed to be whores. You're not designed to be beaten on. You're not designed to be talked down to. But it comes from sisters. Read.
The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as become of holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things.
Teachers, read on.
That they may teach the young women
Read.
to be sober,
Read.
to love their husbands,
Read.
to love their
Now
children.
I'm gonna ask you something. Sisters, I'm gonna ask y'all something. I'm gonna ask y'all something. When you was born, did you automatically know how to love a child? Sisters? Do you automatically know how to love a husband? You gotta be taught. You gotta be taught how to love your children. You gotta be taught how to love your husband. And that's gonna come from the age sisters. Read on.
To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home.
Because our sisters ain't out in the world, our sisters ain't chaste and discreet. They all out and about in everybody's house, everybody's business. Foot draggers. Oh, I call them. Foot draggers. Out there in the street, doing whatever they want to do, doing whatever they say is lawful. Get Sirach 42 and 9. We're going to see how heavy the raising of a daughter is. We're going to see how heavy that is. Sirach 42 and 9.
Sirach chapter 42 and verse 9. The father waketh for the daughter.
Hold on, stop. Who over here got daughters? Men. Read that again.
The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. When
God says the care for your daughter's body takes away sleep. You up at the wee hours like, damn.
4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning. Bro, I already know I'll be feeling like this, bro. I already know for a fact my daughter gonna get older and niggas gonna come.
Yep.
And wolves gonna come out of nowhere. They gonna come. I know it, I feel it, and I know I'm back in my mind. I don't want to think about it right now, but I'm already loading up the,
Yeah.
I'm loading it up and putting it in the closet. I'm telling you, I'm already thinking about that thing. Read it again.
The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth.
God says the father waiteth, right? Waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth. Means he's up in the wee hours thinking about his daughter. Thinking about, dang, I hope, this is the thing though. That's why you gotta raise her right. Because if you up thinking about her, right? You're like, man, I hope she made the right decision out there. I hope she do this, I hope she do that. That's why God said train the child up in the way they're supposed to go. Read it again.
The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep.
The care for her taketh away sleep. That's how important God says the raising of a daughter is. Read on.
When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age.
Lest she pass away the flower of her age, have sex. Read.
And being married, lest she should be hated.
Come on.
And her virginity, lest should she be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house.
That's blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans today.
Yep.
Get pregnant, bring it back home to mama. Bring it back home to father. And now you like, what's up?
Hey, I saw a video, Ephraim. His daughter was about 13 years old. She was pregnant, so she was afraid to go tell her father. She went and told him. He was like, I'm excited. I was like, what? I was
13 years old.
13 years old. And he
13,
said
you shouldn't even know how to even...
Yeah, exactly. But man, this is heavy because what? Your daughter is your pride. That's what some of the men is up late. Talking about, where's my daughter at? That's a heavy burden to think about that. Your daughter's out and about doing whatever.
Right, ain't no telling what's going on.
Ain't no telling.
That's why it starts here.
Yep.
That's why it starts here to teach the women how they're supposed to be.
Yep.
Because if you don't, you're going to be held accountable.
Exactly. And if the woman has a husband, guess what? It's going to fall on the husband. Because the husband's supposed to what? Command his household. He's supposed to be in charge of everything. He's supposed to be running according to what God says. Make sure, hey, wife, you doing this? All right. You sit back, see if it's being observed, see and make sure it's, you know, as far as what God says, that the mother is doing according to the Bible. But now, if
not even single sisters, married, all the sisters.
Oh, yeah.
All of them, because even if you married or you single, every child, every little son, every little daughter in here is ours. You know the saying they used to say, it takes, what is it? It takes a village to raise a child. That's true. It takes all of us to raise kids. Back then in the scriptures, everybody, you know what I'm saying, it took all Israel raised kids. When you read the law in Deuteronomy, if that kid was so rebellious, all Israel stoned him.
Yep.
Not just the mom and daddy.
Nope.
All Israel stoned that kid to death for being rebellious. Letting you know that it takes all of us to help them, to guide them, to teach them. It takes all of us, not just single married, not just single brothers, married brothers. It takes us, because we one family.
Yep.
We one nation of people. And it takes a nation. It takes us to do it. But we got to realize that. We got to see that. You done what you going to say? All right, that was on that? Read.
And having an husband, lest she should misbehave herself. And when she is married, lest she should be barren.
That's it? Yes, Sirach 7:24. Sirach 7:24.
Sirach chapter 7 and verse 24. Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body.
Have a care over their body. Read on.
And show not thyself cheerful toward them.
Don't be playing. Be serious. Hey, I told you to do this. Be serious. Read on.
Marry thy daughter.
What up fathers are supposed to do?
Marry thy daughter.
No, she's supposed to go out and find her own husband.
Marry thy daughter.
He's supposed to go out in the world and marry the first man that smiles at her.
Marry thy daughter.
Y'all see the big responsibility that we have as fathers? God says it's our job to marry our daughters. Meaning they marry who we approve. Now, if we don't approve of it, and they still get married, that's on them. I won't be at the wedding. You're not going to have my blessing. You knock you upside the head, do not call me. Read it again.
Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter.
And you see that? God says that's a weighty matter. A weighty matter. It's the real deal. It's heavy. It's heavy. But that's why our sisters got to teach our daughters what your father says is the law. What daddy say in the house is law. If your daddy don't approve, mommy, I met this guy today. Did you talk to your father? No. So why are you talking to me? But that's how we gotta be as sisters. That's how we gotta be. And a lot of times, sisters feel like, oh, you know, she's happy, she's in love. What are you doing? No, God says that the man has to marry the daughter. And I'm gonna say something. If you are proving a brother and you have kids, if you are proving a sister and you have kids, if you are not willing to let him discipline your kids, y'all don't need to be proven. Y'all are not meant for each other. Straight up. Hey, that's what the Bible says. Let's read that one more again, please. Let's read that one more again.
Sirach.
Nope, Proverbs 23:13. One more again. Yep. If you are proving a brother and you have kids, if you are proving a sister and you have kids, if you ain't willing to let go of that, what word I'm looking for, control, that level of control, and allow him or her to discipline your kids, you are not ready. You are not ready. Read.
Proverbs chapter 23 verse 13.
Come on.
Withhold not correction from the child.
Come on.
For if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die.
So God says don't withhold correction. So if you withhold the correction, if you're not letting her discipline your daughter or your son, if you're not letting him discipline your daughter's son, you are going against God right now, sister, brother. That's hatred. You hate me. Because you don't see me as that level of your head to be able to fall back and let me take my role. Let me take my position. And that's what fathers do. Let's go back. Sirach 7. I just had to bring that part out. I forgot. Sirach 7:24.
Sirach chapter 7 verse 24. Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body.
Come on.
And show not thyself cheerful.
Show not thyself cheerful. Come on.
Toward them. Marry thy daughter.
Marry thy daughters. Fathers, marry your daughter. Read.
And so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter.
Come on.
But give her to a man.
You see that? But give. But give. But give. You don't say allow somebody to take. But give her, read.
Unto a man of understanding.
Give her to a man who fears God. So I mean, guess what? You got to be involved in the raising of your daughter. Not just the mother. Not just the sisters. As a father, you got to be involved too. Because you got to know what she doing, who she with. You know, she's interested in this brother. Okay, well, let me go and investigate. And I'm going to tell you straight, I'm going to investigate. I'm going to be the CIA. I want to know everything about you. I'm going to be like Bishop Nathaniel say, you got to take me out on dates. You want to date my daughter? Me and you got to go on a few dates together. See if you hold the door. You going to hold the door for me? But hey, you gonna open the door and everything? You go. Nah, but for real though. Read it again.
Sirach chapter 7 verse 25. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter. But give her to a man of understanding.
Give her to a man of understanding. Read on.
Hast thou a wife?
Look, that's it. That's it. So we're going to end it off with Proverbs chapter 31. Yes. What's up?
If you in this truth, don't marry her off to a dude in the world. That's what.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what it means. Give it to a man of understanding.
Absolutely. Give it to a man that's keeping God's laws. But, you know, Negroes say they keep God's laws. They wear fringes. And then they get home, you know, just the fireworks ain't sparking no more. And then they start to act like niggas. And it all falls on you. You got a question?
The other benefit of finding her a husband that's within the truth is that he would have the understanding of teaching her what real true love is.
Right, absolutely.
Based on the scriptures.
Absolutely.
If you love me, keep my commandments.
That's why it's your job to learn who's interested. I'm gonna tell you something. If a man is interested in your daughter, who's the first person he should come to? You. She ain't even gotta know. She ain't gotta know nothing. Hey, you know how they go through. Excuse me, sir. I'm interested in. Hey, and you know how brothers do. When they interested, they go to the father. They be scared as hell. Excuse me, brother. Officer. Excuse me, sir. I'm interested. But absolutely. It says, give her to a man of understanding, meaning give her to someone that's keeping God's laws and the faith in Christ. Because obviously they keep God's laws, but then they got 2 wives at home. So you can't give it to nobody that's out there on Facebook. Shalom. Yahweh Bashu, Yahweh Shah. Enter. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Don't make no sense. Because now they just playing like they Israel. But they ain't up in here. They're not up in here putting in the work, actually trying to change, dealing with each other. Because it's different when you at home. But when you actually come into the congregation and you dealing with other spirits around you, and now you having confrontations, learning how to get over the confrontation, now you're in the truth. Proverbs 31 and 30. At the end of the day, sisters, young sisters too, I hope y'all listening, pray y'all took notes. Young sisters too, older sisters too. We have to teach our sisters this. Read.
Proverbs chapter 31, verse 30. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain.
Beauty is vain. Esau says it's all about your beauty. Yeah, I ain't gonna say that. I'm almost saying it. Next Friday, you know, next Friday. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't trying to repeat. Esau says it's all about your beauty, right? They say, you know, put on all the makeup, put on all the flashy clothes, drive the nicest cars, make it seem like you're righteous. Make it seem like you're beautiful on the outside, but inside, you're a roaring lion. Inside, you a dragon. Read it again.
Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised.
Read it again. Hey, Jeanette, get that out of his mouth. Read it again.
Proverbs chapter 31, verse 30.
Come on.
Favor is the...
You see, you got to be watching, man. You got to be watching. You got to watch. You got to watch. You got to. Read it again.
Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised.
A woman that feareth the Lord. At the end of the day, sisters, you got to desire the fear of the Lord. Because without that, you can be the most baddest sister in the world and still be burnt up with a nukes drop. You're gonna be fine coal. You're gonna be fine charcoal. You're gonna be bad charcoal. You're gonna be the baddest nigga charcoal. You're gonna be a dime piece charcoal, burnt alive. That's all it is. That's all that's gonna happen. You're just gonna be bad charcoal. You're gonna be badder than every other piece of charcoal. All right. So all praises, all praises, man. I pray everyone took notes, because you know, last week we went on how to deal with each other, and I could see it actually. You know, I saw the difference. I saw the difference. All praise to the Most High. Sisters took heed, brothers took heed. All praise to the Most High. You saw the difference. Gotta keep it up. Don't go get it. We gotta keep it up till Christ comes. We're gonna have some hiccups. We're gonna have some times where we get set back. But at the end of the day, we gotta strive for perfection. We gotta strive for perfection. So now this class teaching us how to deal with our kids. Last week we learned how to deal with each other. We learned how to better ourselves. This class we learned, okay, now that I better myself, how can I better my kids? Because they going through a lot too. They going through persecution. You know what I'm saying? They going through hard times. They going through trials and tribulations. At school, they friends. You know, why you wearing the dress on? Why you wearing the hair wrap all the time? We got to teach them to stand up. Be bold. Why you don't stand for the pledge of allegiance? We got to teach them not to bow down to no other God. We have to teach them. It's our job. We all can learn from each other. Iron sharpen iron. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Anything? All right, all praise, all praise.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to ensure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this and join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.